Hi, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another Wellness Wednesday. Now, today we're going to touch on something that's kind of rattled me a little bit. And it's frustrating just because as I think often others as well, will give advice, but then, you don't follow it for yourself. So trying to be a little bit kinder to myself about this. But usually for me, I weigh myself perhaps on a daily basis, if not like every other day. And I've definitely seen like a fluctuation. Now, I've been working out probably not as regularly, so that's one thing. And also, my diet hasn't been as great as I would like it to be, so that's another thing. But also, we are in the holiday season and time, and I think one thing to really remember in this time is we are in a pandemic and we are now faced with many, many different things that are different for all of us, whether it be working from home, and being a parent who's taking care of a child or children and they are being homeschooled, taking care of perhaps parents or grandparents, whatever it may be. I think a lot of people are facing different challenges and new things, which we all need to be, accountable for, and also just need to understand that a lot of different change can obviously increase anxiety and stress. And those things kind of combined with the holiday season, which is usually already a tough time for a lot of people, can make this a little bit difficult of a time. And I want to be transparent and I want to be open and just honest and let everyone know that I am certainly not perfect. I don't think anybody is. And I want to just be kind to myself and know it's okay that I've gained a couple of pounds. Now, I'm not talking a lot. I'm talking like 5-6 pounds, so it's nothing crazy, but it is more than what I like to see, and that just keeps me very attuned to kind of every day and what I'm doing during my day. And I know for me, it's probably very diet focused. But it's really hard for me then to sometimes just relax and be like, it's okay for me to have something because I am hungry. I certainly don't want to be the person that is so focused on my food or my workouts that I am worried or wanting the number to result in something less by virtue of me doing the workouts or eating certain things. I still want to have a very well-rounded life. I want to understand and know that exercise is important and I'm going to need to do it the rest of my life. That diet and understanding what is happy and good for my body is needed, but also, I want probably that 20% of I can have whatever I want and feel confident in knowing that that's not going to derail me. But I know one of my main problems is just sheer amount of food. Like, I was definitely the type of person that lived in the excess and wanted the excess and wanted everything. And that's what's really hard and I think very important to learn about when you live alone, is perhaps only making half a batch of cookies and not the full batch. And it can just be really tough sometimes to regulate things. And for me, it's really tricky because I am the person in the grocery store who looks at something and reads it. I will put it in my basket and then I will go return it. Like, I so many times have battled with myself in knowing what I should be buying myself and what I shouldn't, in just this moment of, ooh, I want this. And I think for me, that's what makes almost these sugar cleanses easy, is I just know it's a no, like I'm not gonna have it. But I know that I need to learn and I need to push myself in knowing that I'm okay with not having all of it. I'm okay with just having one cookie. I don't need 10. I don't need the whole thing. I want to do better with understanding my limits and understanding how to best be healthy, because I also don't think it's healthy to fully live my life in this block of no sugar forever. I really don't think that that's conducive to a healthy lifestyle. For me, it's definitely learning how to manage and how to have this healthy relationship with food, which for me, if you don't know, has always been a struggle. From little on, I was a kid that hid food. I was a kid that ate a lot of food and definitely associated, you know, emotional eating with feeling better and feeling good about myself. And that was just the thing to comfort me, was food. And I certainly didn't understand the importance of eating healthy at that time. For me, it was, this tastes good, I want another, and I want another, and I want another. And it was something where I fortunately came from a household that I pretty much could get whatever I wanted, and especially food wise, it wasn't really looked at much. I think it was definitely known by my parents that I was probably eating more than I should, and I was put into a lot of different activities as a kid to try to make sure that I was kind of moving around and staying active. But I certainly had my own faults of taking food in the night and eating it, and waiting and hoping that that's where my comfort would kick in. It's just, this is nighttime and I'm by myself. But I knew, because I was sneaking around and eating this food, it would be like granola bars and that sort of thing. I knew it wasn't what I should be doing, but I did it anyway. And this, of course, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old. But from that early of an age, I had such a poor relationship with food. And as it progressed, and, especially as becoming a preteen and going through puberty and all of that, all those different changes are so hard on the body, and I continuously found comfort in food. And I went through a hard time in middle school of losing my best friend and turned to food. And there were just many times in my life where I knew I used food as a comforting thing. And it's very hard for me to figure out and channel the best way to make sure that I'm not utilizing it as something that is always just comfort. Or at least understanding that if I'm going to have this one cookie, I'm going to make it something like, yes, I am going to be comforted by this item and that is okay, but I'm just going to have one and that's all I need. For me, it is truly that like excessive wanting so much, and I don't know if I fear that I won't get that feeling again or what exactly it may be. I'm not totally sure. But it's just very interesting to me that I have such a correlation of kind of food and comfort and happiness. And truly, when I started losing all this weight for, I guess this was probably the second time in my adult life, we could say, that I tried losing weight, and obviously it was very successful, as I had lost 150 pounds. But going on the different kind of cleanses and diets really helped me to understand the importance of food and what it actually means for my body. And it's, for me, being kind to myself, now having all that knowledge and having these tools of what is important for me, what is good for me. I know sugar isn't good for me, but I want to make sure that I have enough leeway with myself where I am not excited by life or excited for a potential birthday cake or something like that. I want to still have those pleasures in life, and I think that is still a very fair and understandable thing, and food is supposed to at times be pleasurable like that. So it's really understanding and getting to the nitty-gritty of me not taking a treat as something that is just solely for me being kind of greedy and needing that comfort, even though that can be part of it. I just want to make sure that I myself hold myself accountable, and I think that's across the board for most people. Is during holiday times, it's holding yourself accountable, and maybe you're not able to do as many things as you would post-holiday, but making sure you're still getting in 3 workouts a week, or, making sure that at least 1 meal a day contains a decent amount of vegetables, or whatever it is, to try to really make sure that you're feeling great. Because I can tell you, as I've said in my sugar videos, my sugar cleanse videos, when you are eating a lot of sugar, you are definitely more lethargic and depressed, and you just start to get into this state of, well, this just tastes good, this is easy, I'm gonna keep eating it. Whereas when you start to fuel your body with the right food, you can tell. You can really tell, and your body starts to crave the good food. So in the time of holiday, in the time of Christmas, why my lights are kind of sporadic and fun, I want to be kind to myself and not be hard on myself if I gain weight, which I have currently, but can fluctuate so much for me. And I want to be okay with having a cookie or two. I don't want to get into a habit, though, of eating a lot of something, and that's something that I know I have struggled with even to this day, and will probably continue to struggle with. Because for me, I think I do find comfort in knowing that, like, I'm full and I have that feeling and I feel comforted by everything, and I feel almost like wrapped and at ease. And that probably just brings me back to childhood feelings. I just want to make sure that I'm doing what's right for my body and my health. And I just want to share with everybody else that if you have food issues or are dealing with a hard time because you are trying to watch your weight during the holiday time, it's always going to be hard to watch your weight, and especially during the holiday season. And I think it's important to forgive yourself for some things, now more than ever, we need time to rejoice and be happy and feel good about what we're doing. And I think it also will help. For me, I am so excited for this new year to really get a grind going for my workouts, for eating healthy, and just really honing in on certain body parts and trying to get things as toned as possible. And so this is almost, I think, of like a last hurrah for this year of being 2020 in a pandemic with a very, just a lot of things going on. That's why I think it's so important to let everyone else know that it is okay to feel like a lot is going on, and to give yourself time to just relax and give yourself time to rest and have a little bit of comfort in food and not be solely worried about a number. And y'all know I always hate them numbers. I don't care so much about the number, but I do care about how I'm taking care of my body and how I'm exercising and what I'm fueling my body, what I'm using to fuel my body. Don't worry about the number. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Find time to do things that you love. Try to wake up and be grateful for what you have. I know certainly I try to do that as best as I can, because there really is so much in my life to be thankful for, and hopefully you are able to find things in your life you are thankful for as well. So thank you again for being here. I hope you enjoyed this Wellness Wednesday, and wherever you are and whatever you may be doing, I hope you're able to do something you love every single day. All right, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.